You said you wasn't going to do that again.
I told you what I wasn't going to drink, but I'm going to drink something.
What's happening?
Yo, I had a dream.
He's always dreaming. So what?
You know what? You got me bent.
And this is my depressed cousin.
Listen here, y'all. I'm still out there. It's August 13th, August 15th. We got 3 shows. Shell of a Man. Y'all asked for it, now it's back.
How's everybody doing? It's the Proof in the Pudding podcast show, and I go by the name of Sion 919. I'm excited about today's show. We got Tina B in the building. She's the owner of TLA Model Agency and more. So what we just seen was a clip for an upcoming stage play. Looks very interesting. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what's going on here, because you're touching a lot of real topics in this.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hi, my name is Tina B. I'm from ATL. And this play is called The Shell of a Man. It's a very powerful stage play about 8 men now, about their life lessons. I want to kind of see where men came from to know where they're going. You know what I'm saying? When you're single and you're dating guys, you tend to find out that they have this thing of, it's not you, it's me. So as a woman, you're thinking, it's got to be me. Why you don't like me? What's wrong with me? But it's nothing wrong with you. It's the fact that whatever he went through as a child, he never got over a bad relationship, bad parents, whatever. He didn't get past that. So he brings that into the relationship with you. And now you're damaged, and it just keeps going around and around every person he meets, because he haven't fixed where it came from. So the shell is actual that. All these men look good, hair smell good, driving nice cars and all that, but the inside is damaged. And so that's what I wanted these guys to talk about, where this damage come from. And then a lot of times we as women don't allow you guys to talk. So this play is about men actually just talking and telling what their issues are and how it affects them.
Right. So let's talk about it, because it's a lot of different personalities. So what are some of the traits or some of the traumas that some of these men have went through?
Well, some that we're portraying are molestation, alcoholism, mental and physical abuse, depression, baby mama issues, and jealousy. Those are like the and dreamer, the guy who's always dreaming, and oh, I got a new job today, oh, I got a new this today, and in the meantime the lights are off, the car getting repoed, you know what I'm saying, and she's still trying to be there for him. So we got the dreamer as well. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how fun was that, putting it together? How was the casting, and how did you go about getting the production put together?
Well, I have an agency, so a lot of the people are in my agency already. So I just reached out to them, told them my idea that I wanted to do a stage play, and it's unscripted as well. So everything you see is coming straight from them at that time. Wow. So there's no script, so every show is a different show. I don't know what they'll say. I'm just as surprised as everybody else when I watch it. So, but I wanted that realness of the character. I didn't want, it's nothing you can write down to tell somebody how they feel within this, within their soul. So I just grabbed these guys and asked them, would they be a part of it? And it's so crazy, because when I gave them their characters, when we went to our first rehearsal, a lot of them was like, they lived that. So they went through those actual issues, and I didn't even know it. I'm just kind of like kind of feeding off of them and giving them a part. But yeah, a lot of them lived through it. So it was they pulled from a real place.
Right, and that's coming in August.
August 13th, 7 p.m. and August 15th, 2 shows, 4 p.m. and 7 p.m.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the people that's acting in the actual stage play, because they're from the agency. Let's talk about some of the people you got in here.
Well, my guys, I have this guy named JT, BJ, Michael, Sean, Xavier. Let's see what else I have. Guy, Mr. Outley. He is the voice. He narrates it, and he's going to play a part in this particular show
Okay.
on in August. And also, what else I got? I think that's all my guys.
Right.
Oh, T Cool. Yeah. So those are my guys.
Okay. So let's talk about, how did you first get into stage writing?
Well, like I said, I love challenging myself.
Right.
And same way that I started shooting movies. Like I just picked up a camera one day and started shooting movies. And I'm like 30 movie shorts in right now.
Wow.
Over 15 film festivals, over 15 film festivals. And I just like to challenge myself. I'll be like, okay, I did that. Now let me see if I can do this. So
Right.
I went, just created stage plays. I call myself a creator because I don't write anything down. I'm kind of like the Jay-Z of the industry. I just go in the booth and make magic happen, and these actors bring it to life.
Wow. So let's take it back to the early days. What things first inspired you and got you into the arts and got you into fashion and film and music and stuff like that?
And that's the crazy part. Like I didn't even know none of this when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even dream any of this.
Right.
I always wanted to model when I was younger. I used to do, like, back in the day, it was clubs, and they would have, in the middle of certain time of the night, they just have people to come out the audience and walk or something like that. I used
Right.
to do that when I was younger, but it wasn't a lot of agencies. It wasn't a lot of fashion shows at that time, other than the big white, fashion
Right.
shows. But it was a lot of independent fashion shows at that time. So you talking 2013, like I'm 51. So you
Wow.
talking years ago,
Right.
I started my agency in 2013. And
2013.
so I'm 9 years in now in this industry. But I never thought about doing movies, none of this, until I started doing movies 4 years ago.
Wow.
So yeah.
So okay. So you did the modeling first. In 2013, you started your own company. What inspired that, and what was going through your mind at this point?
Well, like I said, I was modeling like over 20 years before I started my agency, and I went to a casting one day, and they thought I was bringing somebody there, for, like a younger kid to the casting, and I'm looking like, nah, I'm bringing myself to the casting, And so they didn't pick me, so I said, you know what, I'm just gonna start my own thing. I realized that that in the industry, in modeling industry, 18, 20 year old, in the industry. So I wanted to say, and at that time, I probably was like 35 or 33 at that time or something like that. So I dragged my feet for a while before I got started. And then one day I said, I'm just going to go for it. I started asking some women how did they feel about it? Would they be interested in it? And they said, yeah. And I went for it.
Wow. Okay. So now you started, right? You asked a couple people, they say they down with it. So y'all started. What was it like in the beginning? Because 9 years later, I'm pretty sure like you done came a long way. But what was it like in the early days, and what was that process like to get it to where it is today?
Right. When I first started, it was like 5 women, 5 women that was down with it.
Right.
I reached out to some boutiques for the clothes, and then my first show was at Port of Sanford Performing Arts Center. That's where I had my first show.
Wow.
And by the time I had my show, I had about 18 models. Then people had, started hearing about it and stuff
Right.
like that. But now to this date, I have 103 models
103.
under my, yeah.
And that's the thing. So over the years, you said over 20 years experience. So you got all types of connections and all types of things
Right.
you done learned. You done seen both sides of the game. So how does that help you in what you do now, like applying the things you learned over the years?
Yeah, it helps a lot because I'm able to help a lot of the women to improve themselves, to move on more than just modeling. That's how you come in as a model, but you may come out as an entrepreneur, a designer, an author, different things. So it shows me that, like you said, the connects, and I can connect with other people that I've met along the years that can help them, get to where they need to be. And I also put casting calls in my chat with my ladies so they can do all the casting, movies, TV shows, Tyler Perry, everything. They have the access to that as well. So it helps a lot with the connects that I have made. And I also do media. So I go out to a lot of events and do photography and videography. So I'm meeting more people as I go as well. So whenever something comes across my table, I'm sharing it with my team, So that's how I.
Okay. So over the years, if you could tell yourself 5 tips in the beginning, knowing what you know now, what's 5 things you would have told yourself 20 years ago?
Have thick skin. Don't worry about what people say. Just do you. Just start. And follow your dream.
Follow your dream.
Yeah.
And that's the thing right there. So you see it go from 5 to 100, over 108, right?
103.
103.
But claim it, say it, call it.
How does that feel?
I'm gonna have 108 miles. You gotta claim that thing. That's all I'm saying.
So that's all right there. So how does that feel, seeing your dream manifest into what it is today?
Oh, it's amazing. It's crazy because sometimes people come up to me like, "Oh, this Tina," and I'm looking like, I'm just Tina, you know what I'm saying? But in their mind, they're looking at it like, "Oh my gosh, you're this person." But to me, I just look at it like I'm just this person. But I really, a lot of people tell me that I've started something where I made these women feel good and confident about themselves. These are women that never even touched the runway, makeup. Some of them haven't touched anything before. And here they are, beautiful, walking the runway, confident. I don't care about size and, stomachs. And I don't care about none of that. It's just about being confident in your skin. That was the whole point. Like in the beginning of my show, we just did our show Sunday, actually. We do a fashion show once a year for ages 40 and over only.
Wow.
And we just did our show Sunday. And in the beginning of our show, we show our ages. Like everybody put their ages up, to show that we love who we are and what our age is. So I have ages up to 72 on the runway that comes out. So it's just amazing, that feeling that people come up to me and say, because of you, ... I like that.
Right. And that's the thing right there. You're empowering other women right there. So let me ask you, okay, with the body shaming, all the things that go on in the internet world and stuff like that, like what are some struggles that the women have? What's some things that'll make them say, no, I can't do that? What insecurities and stuff like that do you see a lot of women deal with that come in the model?
Yeah, when I first meet women, because I'll walk up to a woman if I, see her, she looks, like an ageless beauty is what I call them. I'll walk up to them and see if they ever thought about modeling, and then be like, "Oh no, I gotta wait till I lose some weight. I gotta wait till I get taller." They start rolling them off, and I'm like, "Oh no, you don't have to do that. Just come on,
Right.
You have to check out my ladies. Come see what we do. Come to a show. Come to a runway class. Just be around so you can see exactly what we're doing." Because a lot of times too, a lot of women don't want to be around a lot of women because women can be catty. But like where I keep it positive. I make sure that my team stay positive. And so I don't have none of that. And then people that come in that's trying to see negativity, they weed themselves out eventually anyway, because they see, oh no, this really is positive around here. I can't even do anything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just keep it real positive, and the energy high around me and everybody around me too.
Yeah. And that's a powerful thing right there. And the thing is, like you said, see them coming in. Now, years later or months later, they're doing the shows. They have their confidence. They feeling beautiful. How does that feel, seeing their growth and their transformation over the years?
I lost your sound. Hold on. Okay. What's it say now?
Okay. Over the years, how does it feel seeing that growth, seeing from where they first come in to now they're confident, they're empowered? What type of feeling is that, seeing them grow, the models?
Oh, that's an amazing feeling, because they come in one way thinking that they can't do something, and then they'll end up leaving as business, well, not even leaving, but end up progressing as business owners, clothing line, and things that they didn't think that they would ever could do. But being around me telling them, oh, what do you want? Tell me what you want to do, and I can make it happen because I have the connects to make it happen. I'm gonna show you how to make it happen. Right. And then they'll say, okay, well, I always wanted to do this, but I didn't know how to start. Okay, well, let's do this. You know, we'll shoot a little quick commercial, you know, put them out there, let people know who they are. Then the other ladies start purchasing from them. That's another thing that we do. We purchase from each other. So it's a family where you supporting each other. If you can't find nobody outside to buy nothing, this family right here, we're going to buy you out. You know what I mean? Wow. So, and we have like I do a pay it forward thing sometimes within the chat where we just make sure that everybody eats. Like I pick a name and everybody pour into that person. Next week we pick another name, everybody pour. We want to make sure everybody's eating. I'm not going to eat and you're not eating. I'm just not going to do that. So.
That's the thing right there. So over the years, what's 9 things? Because the industry changes constantly. What's 9 things over the last 9 years? I mean, over the 9 years, what's one of the things that changed majorly in the fashion industry and modeling industry?
One of the things that changed, I guess just the promotion, on my end, you know, promotion level advances more, you know, to reach out. More people come to me and say, do you need this? You need that, you know, because a lot of people, when you first start, don't believe in what you're doing. Like I had a lot of people like, don't nobody want to see no old ladies on the runway, you know, and now they calling me up like, can your ladies come to our thing? You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, okay, that's what I thought. So people like, you make them old ladies look good. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Because when you think about it, we all got to get old. Okay. It ain't no way around it. Right. So if you got a place where you can go and still enjoy life and have fun, your kids are grown, everybody out the house, you may be divorced, and you don't have anybody to talk to, this is an outlet for. We go to karaoke, we just go out to eat, we just do things together, and it's not all about modeling. It's about just a camaraderie of women and just having fun with each other as well. And then still people find something negative about that, like, oh, all y'all do is party. No, but it's just about enjoying, just getting out the house for a few hours, you know, get your mind in another space. And then you can, you know, go back home and go to sleep. Tomorrow's a whole new day.
Wow. That makes sense right there. So let's break down what TLA means and what inspired that name.
TLA is the Lingale Agency, and Lingale is actually my middle name. Wow. So TLA is just some of the ladies just abbreviated themselves one day. They just started saying TLA, I guess, because it was just short for the Lingale. So they just started calling it TLA. So that's what we call it now.
So, all right. And that's the thing right there. So you do fashion shows, you said once a year. But I know you do more than that, but you do one big one every year. How many years has that been going on?
9.
9 years.
Yeah, every year since I started. Yeah, because when I first started, all I wanted to do was do a fashion show. I wasn't an agency at that time. I just wanted to see if I could do a fashion show. And in 2014 is when people started coming to me saying, I want to be a part. I want to be a part. I see what you're doing. And then I started trying to figure out how to make it an agency. And at that point, I started being an agency and, you know, dues and different things like that. You have to gradually figure things out. Right. So that's how I've been there since then.
Okay. So let me ask, what's some misconceptions that some models may make coming into the game? What's some mistakes they make?
Say it again?
Some mistakes or misconceptions they have about modeling, getting into the industry. What are some mistakes that people make? Like they may not.
That is easy.
Right.
It's hard work. And when I say it's hard work, because it's a lot more than just walking down the runway. You have rehearsals, you have to change clothes really quickly, you have to make sure your hair and makeup is on point, you have to, sometimes conditions are hot, sweaty, sometimes conditions are small space and a bunch of women, you know. So it's like a lot of people think it's just, oh, I just look pretty going down the runway, but it's so many things leading up to the actual show. You know, promotion and making sure that you're selling tickets and making sure that, you know, that the producer of the show is selling tickets, because everybody plays a part in that show being a very good show. So, yeah.
Right. Everybody got pulled together to bring all the networks together.
everybody want to call me right now. I'm sorry.
That's how it happens, yo. So let me ask, what inspires some of your themes for your fashion shows? Where do you get some of your inspiration?
Where I get my inspiration?
Right.
I love Tyra Banks. Like, I seen she was doing a lot of different things, because a lot of people ask me, why you do so much? And I'll say, why not? If I can do it, you know what I mean? Why not? And I make sure that I land everything that I do. Some people can say they want to do this and never finish, but I finish everything that I set out to do. And so that's my inspiration, watching her, what she's doing and helping others and making people's dreams come true. I love that. Like, that's the biggest thing for me, whether you with my company or not with my company. I love to see people advance and become better, because at the end of the day, you still know where you came from. You know what I'm saying? Even if you may not say it after you've gone, you still know your inspiration came from this agency of watching other women build themselves up. So I just love that part of it all.
Okay. And that's the thing. So like you said, it's hard work learning to walk. You got to work on faces. You got to work on poses and stuff like that. What's some of the things that's most harder for most people to catch on with?
Some of the things what?
That's most hard for them to catch on to? Like, it may be the walk, it may be the posing, it may be their facial expressions. Like, what's some things people struggle with?
With everybody, I keep asking you questions because with everybody trying to call in, it took your volume down.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard for me to hear you or whatever. I'm probably have to try with my earphones. But I probably would say runway.
Runway.
Let me see if that works.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
That's not working.
All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you. Can you see?
You sideways. You might have to turn your phone. All right. Can you see me now? Because if not, you might have to go out and come back in. If you do that, I'll play the trailer real quick. If you go out and just pop back in.
You said you wasn't going to do that again.
I told you what I wasn't going to drink, but I'm going to drink something.
What's happening?
Yo, I had a dream.
He's always dreaming. So what?
You know what? You got me, man.
And this is my depressed husband.
Listen here, y'all. I'm still out there. It's August 13th and August 15th. We got 3 shows. Shell of a Man. Y'all asked for it, and now it's back.
Yeah, we're sitting here, we're chatting with Tina B. She'll be right back. We're talking about the modeling agency, fashion shows, and stuff like that. That right there was a trailer of her stage play. She also writes stage plays, Shell of a Man. Look for that in August. They'll be doing, I think, 4 shows that weekend. So if you can catch them, try and catch them in Atlanta. Tina B., owner of TLA Model Agency Productions and more. So again, yo, hopefully she'll be right back. We thank everybody for watching the show. It's Friday. Hope everybody's enjoying themselves. Everybody's having a blessed week, getting ready for the weekend. So again, yo, we just turning up. It's the Proof in the Pudding podcast Friday night. This is how it's going down. TLA in the building. We got the CEO, Tina B. Should be right back. We're having a little difficulties, but it's all good. We're talking about modeling. We're talking about fashion. Over 20 years in the industry. 108 signed models up under her. Stage plays. Says she's shooting films and commercials and all types of stuff. So that's very dope, yo. She's very active. Definitely like what she's doing right there. So salute to TLA. And again, yo, we're going to give it a minute and see if she can come back in. If not, we might have to reschedule it. We'll see how it work out. But yo, again, we thank everybody for watching. Hopefully she'll be right back. All right, can you hear me?
Hey.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry about that.
All right, no problem, no problem. It happens right there. So we was talking about fashion. We was talking about the shows and what the inspiration and stuff like that.
You was asking me what's their hardest part of coming into the agency, and I was saying runway would be like the hardest part because a lot of people not used to walking in heels. So that's kind of like the major thing. I do teach a runway class, so I try to teach them how to walk in heels and how to do the correct way of walking. So that's like the biggest thing. Normally people know how to pose because everybody's, on their phones doing selfies and stuff like that. So they pretty much know how to pose as it is. But yeah, that walking is like the biggest thing.
Okay. And so what's some of the biggest hills you walked in?
What's kind of what?
Some of the biggest hills, like sizes?
Oh, 6 feet.
6 feet?
6 inches. 6 inches.
Oh, 6 inches. Okay, I was about to say, wow. Okay, I was saying.
It makes me 6 feet though, because I'm like 5'7". So it put me up there like 6 inches. Yeah.
Okay, so when they're rehearsing, how long are they rehearsing in the hills? Are they doing like they just walking, they dancing in it too? What's the routine like?
No, it's just walking, and I normally do like an hour class.
About an hour class?
Yeah.
Okay, and is it weekly or like?
No, it's like monthly.
Monthly. Okay, all right. So how long you been doing that?
Ooh, probably since 2014.
Since 2014.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's the thing, yeah. So it's like a lot of times I'm pretty sure, like I know I've been in fashion shows as far as like doing a performance while the models are doing that thing. A lot of times people say they have their signature walks and stuff like that, and everybody come in. But when you actually get into a class, it's a whole nother ball game. So it's like, what's that like walking at the family reunion versus actually being on that stage? Let's talk about some of the differences.
Yeah, and I tell them that too, because a lot of times, I have the girls that walk like they're in the grocery store, So I'll be like, that's cute, you in the grocery store. But when you're a model, you got to, give me a little lean up in that thing,
Right.
But so you have to kind of get them out of that, or the ones that want to toot their butts out, because that's what they used to.
Right.
And then you have the ones that's kind of just shy, like they don't want to walk. And I'd be like, no. And like you walking in the club and there's a bunch of guys and you walking past them, you get a whole nother walk when you get in that club,
Right.
So I just have to, you already know,
Right.
So I just have to give them that pep talk on, because everybody coming there, like you said, everybody coming there with how they already walk, you know
Right.
what I mean? And I just kind of like either change that completely or just help them improve that, bring it out even more.
Right. And that's the thing. So when it comes to like walking in hills, especially on the runway, it depends on if you got the thick runways. Some of the catwalks, they're kind of small. So it's like, how careful do you have to be up there? And how hard is it being on that stage? Because there's a little wobble on that stage. It's a little different.
You done been on the wobble stages. Ah,
Right.
yes, yes. A lot of people don't know about the wobble stages. I'm just saying, it ain't no joke. But
Right.
yeah, you come across some different stages. You have the slick ones too.
Right.
Like it's really, really slick. So you have to be careful. You when you on those slick ones, you press more on your toes, kind of like holding your feet,
Right.
your shoes together, you know what I'm saying? So it's different tricks that you have to do when you on the runway. If you have dealt with a lot of different stages, you already know what you got to do. But
Right.
if you brand new, you may hit the deck. I'm just saying.
It can happen.
Yeah, it can happen because you just don't know how to handle it yet. So
Right.
yeah, you just might hit the deck.
Wow. So, okay. All right. Let's talk about the turns and stuff like that. You say you just had a show on Sunday. So did you create the walks, or did you have somebody create the walks from the agency, or how did you put the walks together for the show?
No, I did the walks. I taught everything for that show, and then they just, with that show, it's more basic. It's not a lot of routines and not little fancy things in it. I keep it basic for them. So they just walk down and come back. It's real simple. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with that. So let's talk about some of the other shows you've done. Where do you get your inspiration? Like, is it like African themed? And maybe like, how do you switch up and decide what theme you're gonna do for each show?
No, I keep it the same. I don't really go into a theme for my shows. I just a lot of the designers are in my agency, so I use them for the design. Yeah, so they're designers now, so I actually use them for the show, so they get to show what they can do.
Wow. Okay, so they started out as models. That's one of the dreams they had. So, what do you want to do? I want to be a designer. You say, I can make that happen for you.
Yeah.
But now they're doing it, right? And now the other models are wearing their stuff.
Right.
That's almost like that's got to be a great feeling to see it come from their mind. And it's like, you have the connection to make it happen. Now to see it manifesting and coming together. That's got to be a beautiful, beautiful feeling right there.
Yeah, and then one of the young ladies, she actually did her own show. So she was really excited about that. Last year, she did her own whole fashion show. So that was cool. Yeah.
Wow. So this is in all of it's located in Atlanta. Or do you have models from all over?
I have models from all over: Houston, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida. Yeah. And when they reach out, I'll be like, I'm in Atlanta, right? And they be like, I don't care, I just want to be a part of it, So that's big when somebody wants to be a part of something because they see the positivity in it from where they are, and they'll come here when we have a show. They'll come here and be a part of it.
Wow. So what was that process like, getting the promotion out there, building up? Because a lot of times it's like getting started is the hardest thing. It's like once you got the numbers, it's easy. But when you don't have the numbers and you're trying to get to the number part, what was that like for you in that time of your life?
Like I said, when I first said it, people was like, don't nobody want to see that. But I just, I kept pushing, selling the tickets. And then, like I said, once I got the lady, they started pushing on their side, come see me. And we just got it up. We promoted it. And I've had a sellout show for 8 years straight.
Wow.
I would say 7 years, and then the 8th year we went virtual because of COVID. So we didn't have an actual inside show. We just went online, but we had over 10,000 views online for that day of the show. And then this year, Sunday show, I did it virtual one more time, but just to be sure, because I didn't want to plan and nobody's ready to come out yet. So we did virtual one more time for this 9th show, but the 10 year will be back outside.
Okay. All right. And that's the thing right there. So over the years, it's like you've been growing, you've been constantly doing it, consistently doing it. People seeing you now. Now people coming, they want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
How important, you just said a lot of knowledgeable things right there. Like, how much work goes into building your brand outside of just talent to build the brand?
It's a lot to build a brand. It's so much work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of up at night late, scrolling, looking for different opportunities, looking for different, jobs, seeing who, media too, being out there, keeping your name out there, putting your logo on step and repeats on different events as well. So people can just keep taking pictures by your logo. You know what I'm saying? So those are things too that people don't, it's more, I tell people your brand is more than just your logo. It's actually out there touching people, kissing the babies, saying hello, because people want to know if you're easy to work with.
Right.
And I can't tell that by just watching your logo or seeing you on TV or something like that. I want to know how your attitude is. Can I work with you? Can I be around you? Can I do business with you? So I'm always out. I'm always supporting other people's brands as well. That's a big one too. Supporting other people. Why you want somebody to support you and you ain't even supporting nobody else? That's not right.
Right.
So you buying tickets for other people's shows. You going to other people's shows. If I'm going to take pictures and I'm giving you the pictures, that's supporting. The videos, I'm giving you the videos. So all those things are supporting other brands where now I have their audience to look at what I'm doing as well. So they're going to follow me and buy tickets to whatever I'm doing, So that's the biggest thing. It's a lot. I had a girl want to go with me one day to different events because I go to about 2 or 3 events a day.
Wow.
And she wanted to go with me. And by the second one, she was like, I think I'm going to go home. I was like, oh, okay. Because it's a lot, and a lot of people can't hang with it. So they'd be like, nah, I ain't going to go. I'm good. You want to go with me? I got to go here. And then I'm going over here. And then I'm going over here. And nah, I'm good.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
But that's like my routine right there. People be like, okay, I know you ain't gonna be here long, so let me get my hugs in, let me get my, because I'm headed to somewhere else. So, but yeah.
And that's the thing, you're in Atlanta, so it's something always going on. So like you're in a hot spot. So what's that like right there? Over the years, how has Atlanta changed?
Virtually, well, with COVID, you had to get creative, and that showed who was creative. Right. And what I did was like I said, I shoot movies. So what I did was have people to shoot movies with their phone and send it to me, and I would edit and make a movie from different people's homes or whatever. I was just getting creative. I was just trying stuff. Right. And then I was making up contests. I would be like, the cutest feet challenge, the cutest, biggest hips, biggest thighs, nicest hair, lips, gray sweatpants. I was doing all these contests during COVID where people sitting at home with nothing to do. And I was using the internet for what it was good for. And I was sending out Cash App. I was paying people. Whoever wins, I was sending money. So people started sending me money like, hey, I like what you're doing. Keep it up. Because it was just boosting everybody's energy up to, they couldn't wait for me to post the next day to say, okay, 2:00, I'm kicking. Whoever got the most likes wins. So I would, Cash out them money. So I was just getting creative with the internet and just making things happen that way.
Right. Wow.
And then people, people know my name, because of course I'm a hashtag who I am and my company. So that way your name keep moving too. And I tell people hashtags are big because it keeps up with what you're doing, first of all. Right. So if you have a Monday Night Football party, you hashtag that Monday Night Football party. So 10 years from now, if I be like, damn, I wonder what happened to the pictures, you put in hashtag Monday Night Football party, all those pictures come up from that night that you took. So it's always there. So hashtags are really big and people can follow you to say, if you hashtag TLA, you'll see all my models come up, all the shows that we've done, everything that we've done, it will come up. So you don't really need a website because you got, you know what I mean? It's like everything is right there through a hashtag.
Wow. Okay. And that's the thing. And it's like you said, you got 108. So the name is getting out there and it's just spreading and spreading. If everybody's hashtagging, definitely powers and numbers and stuff like that. So it definitely works.
We shut it down after a show because everybody's on there like, oh, that great show. Oh, look at my picture. Oh, I was on the runway. So we shut the internet down for a few days after a show because there's so many ladies keep sharing and posting. Yeah.
Right. Wow. So it's like, okay, how do you balance all the hats? Because it's like you do a lot of things. You're mentoring, you're doing the model walks and stuff like that. You're writing, you're being creative. Like, how do you keep it all together? How do you stay focused?
And I have a day job.
Wow.
And I have a day job. I gotta have a day job.
Right.
But I keep it all together. I love it. Point blank period. I love what I do. I just look at it like if you can be at your job for 8 hours, then you can be your passion for 8 hours. You know, and a lot of times people get off their day job and be like, oh girl, I'm tired, I'm just gonna go to sleep. And you got this passion just sitting there. You won't even go 8 hours for that, but you just went 8 hours for somebody else to go to the beach.
Right.
But you can't go to the beach, you know. So I'm not gonna send you to the beach and I can't go to the beach. I'm just not gonna do that. So I make a point to make sure that I do my passion just as much as my regular job.
And that works right there, and that's real. And you have a niche market because, like you said, one thing we all going to do, we're going to get older, right? But
right.
It's like the industry is trying to block you out. Like you said, at 20, they look at you like you're old. It's the same thing with music. You're 30, you're 40, you're too old.
Yeah.
And for years, we've been accepting that.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, okay, opportunities are being created. And it's like, you see the enjoyment. Now people are living again. What's some of the best moments, the best memories that you remember over the years? Like if you had to pick a few that stood out the most.
Well, my mom was at my first show, which was pretty cool because she hardly ever gets out. She's 82, so she hardly ever gets out. But she came to my very, very first fashion show, so that was cool. And just one lady offered me my perfume line at my show one year, and that surprised me. I was like, oh wow, okay. Right. So she called it Ageless Beauty was the name of the perfume. Wow. So I did that for a while. I had a magazine for a while for like 14. I did 14 issues of my magazine. Wow. It was called Bold Ageless Beauty, and it was all just people over 40 in it. So I just anything, my genre is over 40, ageless. Right. I just love it. I love that these people get another opportunity to do something. We don't just have to sit on the porch and watch other people do something or say, man, I wish I would have. No, you can do it now. Right. So, yeah.
And that's real right there. And so what can people expect in the future? What do you have coming up? We know we got the stage play. What other kind of events do we have? Any fashion shows coming up?
Yeah, July 7th, which is Wednesday, we do kind of like a walkthrough with Mike Ben. Mike Ben is a comedian, and he does this R&B night where you have different singers and poets. It's kind of like an open mic type vibe. Okay. And so some of my models, we go out there, we do a little mini fashion show, we walk through. It's pretty cool. It's this place called Paradise downtown. So Roswell Road, and it's a pretty cool spot. So we go there on Wednesday at 8 p.m.
At 8 p.m. on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in Atlanta?
And July 10th, we're doing a show on 840 Ralph David Abernathy. It's over by the West End area. And It's a guy that's throwing a big industry party type vibe. He owns a cigar bar, so he's throwing a big party there. And again, the models will be walking in that event as well.
Okay. So that's Wednesday, and that's Friday, the 10th, and the 8th, 7th.
The 10th is a Saturday, I think it is.
Okay.
The 7th is the Wednesday.
7th
and then the 10th. 10th is Saturday.
Okay. So how many people from the agency is going to be there at the party?
On the 7th, it's probably about 12 will be there.
About 12. Wow.
Yeah. And then on the 10th, it's probably about 15, about the same.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Because what I do is just throw it out there in the chat, and whoever's available,
right, come
through. I make it real convenient because everybody grown, everybody got lives and stuff going on. So I just put it in a chat, and if they're available, they'll come.
Okay. That makes sense right there. There's nothing wrong with that. So okay, COVID's going away. Things are opening back up. Like you
Yeah.
got the shows coming up. What else can people expect now? What's going to change now with everything opening up? What you got coming up?
I think more events that we'll be a part of now. People want to get out more, and I see a lot of parks are doing a lot of concerts, free concerts and stuff like that. So I'll probably reach out to them. I'm always working, so I'll reach out to them. Probably get my ladies in some of those. Just do some mini fashion show walkthroughs or something like that. Just keep our name out there. We wear our T-shirts everywhere we go with TLA on them, just so people, when we walk in, 12 deep, they're saying, "Who is that? What TLA means?" You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a conversation starter, and it gets people to knowing who you are. And one of the young ladies who's in it, her business is called Cut 'em Up Key, so she cuts up T-shirts. So we'll have the TLA shirts on, but then her brand is cutting up the T-shirts. So we get a lot of a lot of traffic from that, because people saying, "Who cut y'all shirts up?" And then she cut the shirts up. So we kind of cross brand each other a lot, and we'll wear each other brands, supporting each other.
And that's smart right there. And it's like,
Yeah.
when it's like that, it can't get divided. And like you said, everybody's growing together, everybody's eating. So that's always
Right.
a blessing right there. So
Right.
okay, we got the play coming in August, but that's not the only play you ever done, right?
No, I did another play called "What Do You Want to Eat," and it's a play kind of playing off women. We never know what we want to eat. You know what I'm saying? When a guy asks you what do you want to eat, you like, "I don't know," and then he'll say, "You want pizza?" "I don't want pizza." "Well, what do you want?" "I don't know." So it's kind of like that with men. You ask a woman, what is she looking for? "I don't know." One day this guy asked me, he said, "So what are you looking for?" And I was like, "I don't know." You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, like, I knew what I was looking for, but I don't know. So that's what this play is about. This young lady who's going through different dates, trying to figure out what she's looking for, what she wants in the meantime. And, and hopefully she can find, eventually what she's looking for, whatever. But that's the name of the play. And actually, we turned it into a movie short, and it just won a film festival. So
That's salute on that. Congratulations on that right
you.
there. So okay, so what inspired that one? Like, were you just sitting there like, you know what? I'm just gonna write about this. It was somebody asking you that, and you was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was me. I was just, that's my life. She's doing my life. Like, when I'm telling you, I was sitting there and I'm talking to this dude, and I'm like, and he's like, "So what do you want?" And I'm thinking, "I don't know." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "I don't know what I want." I'm like, damn, that's just like, what do you want to eat? We don't know what we want to eat. So it's like, I don't know. What do I want? So that's what made that play, and just different guys she's dating in the play or whatever, trying to figure out what she wants. And all these different guys are like baby daddies, and they just going through all these different angles of guys that you have met along the way. And she knows what she don't want. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, nope, that ain't it. But eventually, she can find what she's looking for. But yeah, that's what made me come up with that.
Okay, so let's talk about opening night, the first night that y'all did that one. What's going through your mind? The first night when y'all did that performance on the stage.
How people, it's kind of like a comedy. I call it dramedy.
Right.
Because it's drama, but it's comedy. So I was like, how people gonna take the jokes? Like in rehearsal, we was laughing like crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I just wondered how the people would take it, and it went great. It went great. People was laughing. It was good. They caught what I was portraying out, putting out there. So, and the young lady that played, my life, so to speak, she's amazing. So she did a great job in bringing it. And we had a comedian in it. She was so funny, and she was on point, and everybody was catching the jokes. It was good. And we made it to a movie, and now, the movie industry is loving it as well. It's already won a film festival. So, yeah, good.
So let's talk about that process right there. You see a lot of people doing web series and stuff like that. Like, what's the process of getting it submitted into a film festival and stuff like that? People, they may think like, I'm gonna just shoot something. there's a whole lot that goes into it that people may not know. So you don't have to tell them all your business. You have to tell them everything.
Oh no, I don't mind at all. Yeah, all you do is just go to Film Freeway, and you just filmfreeway.com, and it has all 1,000,001 film festivals on there, and you just pick the one that interests you. They have on like movie shorts, they have full features, they have comedy. I mean, they have just different different titles that you can go under, and you just fill out which one you want to do, sing your movie in. It's a fee. I think it's like $25. Some of them be like $50, depending on which ones you send off to.
Right.
And then that's it. And you just sit back and wait, and they'll send you, saying you made it to the finalist stage. Well, first they'll say you was accepted, because sometimes you don't even get accepted. They'll be like, "Thank you, we don't accept, your project."
Right.
You get accepted, then cool. Then they'll say, "Okay, now you're a finalist." Then they'll be like, "Okay, you're an award winner." So you win.
Wow.
So to have won like over almost 15 awards is big in the film festival for a short and unscripted and on my phone.
So you shot it on your phone?
I shoot everything on my phone.
Wow. So all right, yeah, we don't want they unless they throw on you a check though. But which team are you? Which team?
I'm Android, Samsung, all day Android.
Wow. So you're using the Note.
I have the new one, the S Ultra 21.
Oh wow.
Man, that thing that thing is everything. Everything. The color coordinate. Oh my goodness. It's like a red camera, actually.
Right.
You heard of red.
Wow. And the funny thing that you're saying this, right? I was just on a set probably about 2 weeks ago doing a short comedy skit. And I was talking to the director, and he was saying that, like, it was a camera that he was looking at. He was like, it was about $17,000 for the camera with the lights and everything. But he was like, now he just realized before he got it, though, he didn't go out and buy the camera yet. The new Samsung does all that, where it's like you can turn the room a certain color and bop, 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 and all these different things. And he's like, yo, right from my phone. So it's like that you bring it up now and say, yo, this is like, so that's really a thing. Like I'm looking at him like, I don't know about shooting a film, but it's like, yo, really? You say you've been doing it all from that. So
from day one, I've been shooting with my phone, and I've won 15 film festivals from my phone. I've never touched the camera to shoot not one movie at all.
Wow.
I shoot everything from my phone. The S Ultra 21, I would advise anybody to get that. It's like $1,200, but it's so worth it. It has everything on there. It has all the music on there for your drops, that you need the music on, It has all the, like I do media, so it has all the media things. You put the names up on there, the titles, all that type. I mean, it's amazing the stuff that's on that phone. And I ain't even tapped into everything. I'm just doing little, miniature stuff. Right. But I have, and then the gallery, what I want to call it, where it fades out the back, and it's just the people up front. You do that. You can do that in video and portrait. So that changes the game as well.
It definitely changes the game.
It's amazing.
There. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So yeah, you just dropped the jewel for the people out there watching. You just dropped the jewel on them right there. Right.
Yeah, so, I tell everybody, I be like, because a lot of times I hear people say, "Oh, I'm trying to wait, I'm trying to save, and da da da." I be like, you know what? Just do it. Just shoot with your phone. And at the time when I first started, it was just a regular Samsung.
Wow.
Just a regular Samsung phone. You know what I mean? That was my first, and that's how I advanced up too. But at first, I just used my Samsung when I shot my very first series. I shot a series called Uber Love, and ended up shooting like 10 episodes of that. We did a season finale. We had T-shirts, we had hats, hoodies. I mean, it was like, we branded that thing, boy. Everybody was mad at the main character. That's just how good it was. They was mad at him. Like, I can't believe you when we go out somewhere. But and that was all just from my phone. And I tell people, just do it. Don't wait. Don't let that hold you back. Because my thing is, if I shoot it with my phone and you like what I did with my phone, you'll invest in me to buy something more. If you can see what I can do with my phone by myself, then imagine what I can do if you give me some $17,000 equipment. You see what I'm saying? but I'm not gonna get $17,000 equipment and I ain't making that back. It's got to make sense to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's got to make sense.
Right.
So yeah, I can be like, "Ooh, I got this camera," but who's seeing it? Who's watching it? You know.
Right.
Now I got people in the film festival world that knows Tina B. When anything comes across their desk, they know. Let's watch this because she don't want a bunch. So let's watch this. You know what I mean? They already ready because they keep seeing my name come across there. You know, so yeah, they offer me a lot of stuff.
That's a fact right there. And that's the thing right there. Like you said, you've been doing it so long and becoming consistent with it. So what was the editing process like for you learning how to edit? Did you go to school or self-taught? How did you learn how to edit?
Self-taught. Yeah, self-taught. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, and then again on the phone. I got an editing program. I use Power Director. Shout out to me. Look, I'm giving them all the plugs tonight.
Giving them all the
Power
plugs.
Director. Power Director is the bomb. It's simple. It's easy. Cut, paste, moves, you know, add music, put the music up under, drop that music out of there, everything right there on your phone. And I send it to YouTube, send the link to all the actors.
Right.
We're good to go.
Wow. So if people want to go, what's the link for the YouTube?
For TLB Productions _.
Let me see. TLB. I'm going to write it right quick. TLB _
TLB Productions _ATL.
Okay. So ATL. No, I'm gonna have to put it in the comments after. It's gonna take a while because it's gonna take the screen away to type it. So I'll add it up there. But I was trying to see if it was on your Instagram. It's not on your Instagram right now, right?
It is on my Instagram as well. If you just hashtag TLB Productions _ATL, it'll come up.
All right, TLB.
Some of my movies, some of my stuff will come up there.
Okay. And actually, if after the show, if you inbox it to me, I'll post it in the comments as well and pin it. Okay. Cool. So how many films have you done all together, you think?
About 31.
31. Wow. Yeah. So it's like
one day I was.
Nah, I got. You said one day.
Oh, I was just saying one day I was counting and I was like, wow, I didn't even realize it.
Right.
I was just counting one day and it just kept going. I was like, oh damn, 31.
Wow. Did you ever think in any time in your life that you would make movies?
No.
Wow.
Never.
Wow.
Like I said, 4 years ago, I was just picked up my phone one day. I said, I just want to see. Like I said, I'm always challenging myself. So I said, I just want to see if I can shoot a movie. And one of the ladies in my agency drove for Uber. And I said, I wonder if a person ever get caught, like a Uber driver, and he picks up his girl or whatever, and she's at a dude's house. You know what I'm saying? Wow. That's what made me start. That's like the very first episode. She becomes an Uber driver, and she goes. He didn't know his girlfriend was an Uber driver. She got a new job, and he didn't know. Wow. And he was like, "Oh, I'm chilling at home tonight." She's like, "Okay, well then I'll talk to you tomorrow." And she goes to this girl house, and then he calls his girl like, "Hey, I'm coming over there." And so she goes over to pick the girl up, and him and the girl walking outside into the damn Uber. So it's like, what? What are you doing? So that's how it all started right there. And it was so crazy because I did that episode and people in their shorts. So they're like 5 minutes, 6 minute shorts. Right. And people was like, and what happened next? You know, so I had to do episode 2, right? So I do 2 and leave it on a cliffhanger, and they be like, hey, what happened? So it ended up being 10 episodes. Yeah. So
it wound up being 10. Wow. Right there. I'm definitely, just to hear the description of it, because I'm a man. So it's like, we all done been in them situations where it's like, you hear? I didn't know. Man.
Yeah, exactly. That would be crazy, though. You get in the car and you like, it ain't nowhere around that.
Ain't nowhere around that right there. Like, nah, you all the way out there at that point right there. So that's dope right there. So, okay, we got more of that coming. So we got more productions coming. What about
Yeah.
books? You write, you got these stories. Like, you gonna translate any of them into books, audio books, or something like that in the future?
Well, we do have an audio book with some of the ladies called Venalog. So what I did was have them to hope this don't mess up the sound again. I had them to think of stories of their lives
Right.
in 5 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes, tell a story of their lives, and it's called Venalogs. So it's kind of like monologues, and you're venting at the same time. So
Right.
I call it Venalogs, and they just tell their story, give you 5 minutes of the life that they went through.
Wow. And that's
So
crazy.
that's on YouTube. That's on YouTube as well. It's called Venalog.
It's on. You can type Venalog.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, that's two.
And it's Ventologs, VENTOLOGUES, Ventologs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And that's creative right there as well. So like when you said at the beginning of the show, I'm a creative. If I had to describe myself, I'm a creator.
Yeah.
Have you always had like an imagination? Like when did you first realize you had that gift?
I guess when with the movies 4 years ago, because not when I was younger or anything like that. No.
Wow.
Mm-mm. It's amazing because I be sitting back thinking like, dang, I didn't even think about this as a kid. Like, this just came up 4 years ago when I started shooting movies.
Right.
And I think more so because when I was doing this stage play with this company, and I'm real good about learning scripts, like really quick. Like you give me a script, I'll know it in like maybe a week, depending on how big it is. And I know everybody's parts. Like I'll be like, nah, you're supposed to say, what you call it? So but this particular show that I was in, I knew the whole thing, and but I may get words flipped, like and or whatever. And she was kind of like real nitpicky about, no, it's supposed to be and I'm thinking, I know this whole damn script, and you worried about and you know what I'm saying? And it throws me off because now I'm so focused on making sure I get and that I'm not even bringing the heat, you know what I'm saying? So I said, if I do my own thing, I'm gonna do it with no words, like no scripts, where people can just bring their realness out, like if I tell you right now, we're done, I don't want to talk to you anymore. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna come back and be like, wow, what's wrong? What happened? You know what I mean? Right. But if I try to write that, you'd be like, why? What happened? What's wrong? You know what I'm saying? You won't bring that realness into it because you'll be trying to remember what I told you to say instead of just saying what you feel. So that's what made me want to just be a creator of the storyline. I just tell you the storyline and you just go for it. It takes some good actors to do that because everybody can't do that because a lot of people can't keep a conversation going. Right. But and I normally use the same ones because I know they can do it. But yeah, it comes off. People be tripping. Like when we get to the end of the play, we'll be like, oh, by the way, and it's all unscripted, and people are like, no, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah.
Wow. So that's the thing right there. So have y'all traveled on the road outside of Georgia doing it, or mostly in Atlanta? We
was getting ready to when COVID hit.
When COVID hit. Okay. So that's something y'all might set up maybe down the road?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Definitely. So all right, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself going 5 years from now?
Getting a Tony. That's my thing. I like stage plays. I love it. Right. So definitely getting an award for it. I did get an award here, the Black I Am Awards for the most powerful stage play. So I did get an award for that. Wow. And ATL's hottest playwright, I won for that as well. So but I definitely would love to get Oscar, a Tony, Oscar for my movies, a Tony for my stage plays. I would definitely love that. I want to get my own event hall building to, do photo shoots and shoot movies in and stuff like that. I definitely want to do that as well. Right now, I have I co-op an event hall with another young lady. She owns it, and I co-op from her and use it as much as I like. So that's cool. But I want to get my own building and, just set it up like just a movie, my own little small miniature Tyler Perry studio where you go and shoot here, shoot in this room, move over, shoot in this room. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's like my big thing that I want to do. But that's about it. So, I got my son out the house, so that was like my biggest thing. So that worked.
So you got that out the way. So
Yeah,
let me
got that out the way, so I'm good to go. Got my boom boom room, so I'm good to go now.
man, not the Wilma, bro.
Yes, got my boom boom room.
All right. So okay. So that going to be like one of the things, I like you may have to have nots and different series going. So it's like, are you able to like write a stage play, write the movies at the same time, or is it like you have to do one at a time, or is it just it comes variously?
Oh no, yeah, it just come, because it's just creating. I'm not writing anything, so I just think of it and go for it. Like my next one is A Boy with No Voice. It's about a young man who has autism, and he want me to do a stage play. Well, now we were gonna do a stage play. We're gonna do a movie short about his life, and how he grew up, and he just tell me his story, and I'll express it to the actors, so they'll act it out.
That's
Yeah.
dope right there. And that's the
Yeah.
thing is like we have real substance. It's like everything that you do has a purpose and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like when people think of your brand down the road, looking back, what do you want them to remember TLA as when they think about Tina B?
Helping people, helping others, loving, supporting people. That's like the biggest thing people tell me all the time. I love the way that you support people and you always helping people advance, and they just see it. They see it in the young ladies that come through. They can go anywhere and be like TLA. Oh, Tina sent you. Oh, girl, go on in. You know what I'm saying? And I love that, that I have that, because that's what I strive to keep, that respect of my name,
Right.
for people to know who we are and who my team is when they walk in the door. We can get that right there. Oh, Tina, girl, go on. We know Tina, go on in. We want that. I love that. That means you're keeping a good name for yourself, for people to have that respect for you.
That's definitely real right there. Like your name is almost like your credit score right there. It's like your name.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's definitely real right there. And I know that's a good feeling when you can just say, you don't even have to be there. I'm sending my girls and they take good care of them. So that's good connections right there. So it's like over the years, how did you weave? Because, a lot of people in the industry, they don't all have the same agenda. Some people you have that's working, some people that's supporting. How did you weave through and stay focused and then get caught up in, sometimes it's clicks and the local celebrity. How did you stay away from those, shy away from that?
You see it. You see who's working and who's not, It's a lot of talkers and not a lot of walkers. And so a lot of times, like I said, when people come over to me, they thinking, oh, it's just a bunch of women. They just, this, but then they get in there and be like, oh, shoot, they really are working. Right. And then they, like I said, they'll weed themselves out. I don't have to say anything, because they'll see that this is really working over here. It ain't just playing around or just looking cute. They really are doing stuff over here. And like I said, what I do, I put in the chat. So if we're having something that day, or somebody call me up and say, can these ladies come out? We're going out. We're going to brand ourselves. We putting our shirts on. We going out to that event to let people know who we are. Right. And that's I treat it as such, as an agency, not just a bunch of women, get together. Right. I treat it as, and this lady told me that last week. She's like, you got an agency, like you have an, it's like it kind of like clicked to her, like you really have an agency. Like she needed some girls to do something, and she called me up and was like, can they come and do it? And I was like, yeah, how many you need? What you need? And she told me how many she need. I was on the thing in the chat, like, hey, who available? I had them, boom, here you go. Here go 2 right here. She was like, well, damn, okay. But it was just funny that she said, you really are an agency, and you was there when I needed some girls to come to this thing. So
wow. And that's the thing, it's going to continue to grow, and it's going to continue to just keep evolving, and more calls is going to keep coming in. Y'all going to keep branding yourself and stuff like that. And I'm definitely excited to see what's going to happen next, because like I said, it's like when you talk about creative, it's like that's what we don't have enough of in the world today. Yeah. It's like everything is, that's working, so everybody's doing the same thing. When you have people that say, you know what, yo, I got a vision for this, I'm gonna make it happen. Even down to the next movie you were saying with the guy with autism, the boy with no voice. Like just to think of that in itself is like, like even people that's going through traumas or being abused, or the people in prison that don't have a voice. How that resonates with so much, just the title alone. But then when you said he has autism, and his story of what it was like growing up. Now you feel the empathy of being in that person's situation. So it changes your outlook, it changes your world, and it changes your makeup. So it's like your whole way of looking at things after seeing something like that, it touches you for real. It's not just a feel-good sensation for right now. It's actually purpose, and it's going to change the world. So it's like you're definitely a visionary and creative, and I'm definitely excited about that. So it's like, when can people expect that one, next year, or like when are you ever started?
We shooting for this year. We really shooting for this year. As soon as I can get this play out in August, then we're gonna shoot for his in October.
In October, wow. So
because like I said, once I already know the storyline, so once I get the actors together, who he wants to play his dad and mom and all that stuff, we shooting. We ready to go. So yeah.
And that's the thing. So it's like, all right, so we're building the brand to get a network. What's the plan? Are you going to put them on different networks? What's the long-term goal with the plays and the movies?
With the movies, definitely the film festivals, of course, keep my name out there. We internationally known at this point, so that's big. And I would definitely love to get on Amazon Prime. So I'm looking into that right now. To get on Amazon Prime and Tubi, different places like that. Yeah. So, but the good thing about the film festivals, they have their own streaming as well. So they put you on there to stream your movies if you get picked to be a finalist or whatever, a winner. They put your movies on there. So that's pretty cool to have that. But that's like my biggest thing. And with the stage plays, just traveling with those, with the Shell of a Man, travel with those. And then What Do You Want to Eat? I made it into a movie short, so you can actually go on YouTube and see that.
What Do You Want to Eat?
It's the number 2.
Number 2. Wow.
What Do You Want to Eat?
Wow. See, that's the thing. If I would have knew, I would have played one of them. If I would have knew it in advance, I would have played one of the shorts, because like, yo, they sound so good. It's like, yo, you get interested. Like, yo, I want to see what's gonna happen with that.
You definitely got to come. You got to come to one of those nights. Just let me know which one you want to come to. You just come.
Wow. Okay. We'll definitely put it together then. That's definitely a blessing right there. So, all right. So you do so much. I don't want to forget anything, but I definitely want to ask you down the road, right? When you got something coming up, will you come back and drop in, give us an update and let us know what's going on?
Oh yeah, because I got the adult prom coming up in December. So I do that every year. I didn't do it last year, so this will be the 5th year, I think it is, that when we're doing that. So it's the ageless adult prom.
Wow. And that's dope right there. So it's a prom. So somebody may never went. They get that chance to go, and that's dope right there.
Yeah. And I had a lot of people say that. It was like, I never went. And the thing is, or they went with somebody they didn't want to, and now they with their husbands and they get to go with him. And, so it's pretty cool. And I do the whole shebang, like the prom king and queen, crown them, everything. So it's big.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome right there, yo. So, all right. Like I said, you do a lot. So if it's something that I may have missed so far, let's let the people know. Let's touch on that real quick. Let's let them know if it's something that I may have missed that you also do, because I know you got your hands in a lot of different things.
Okay. You were saying what else I got? Well, I do photography, videography, media. Like I said, if anything that you want me to come to an event that you're having, I come to that. I do birthday parties. I shoot birthday parties. So I just keep my hands in a lot of things. I'm not the top-notch videographer, but I can keep your dreams to you, you know what I'm saying? Keep your memories for you, put it that way, you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to learn more about the how to edit and, make it more systematic and all that stuff, make it real exciting. But I do enough to get it out there to you and keep your memories and things like that. But if you have an event that's coming up, that you need a photographer to follow you around or anything like that, I do that as well. And or I host, and so anything like that in the industry wise, I got you. Or if you just need advice, like I was telling you how to start shooting, what edit program to use, different things like that. A lot of people just don't know. So and if you don't know, then I'll say too, go to YouTube. YouTube is my friend. Like I'll Google something in a heartbeat.
Right.
You know, people ask me, "Can you do this?" I'll be like, yeah." You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I go to YouTube and find out how to do it. You know, I tell people, don't never say no. Just go see, go learn it, and you know, get that money or whatever. But don't just be like, nah, I can't do it, and shut yourself out. Go see what you can do. So yeah.
That's the thing right there. So do you do like webinars and classes and stuff like that where you do one-on-one, or not even one-on-one, but you know how they do with the classes? They have like maybe 50 people and you teach them certain things. Is that something that you already do, or that's something that you may put together down the line?
It's nothing that I do, but I would do it for improv. But I don't think I would do it for, you know, and I probably would teach people how to edit.
Right.
A lot of people don't know how to edit, and edit's like the biggest thing. You know, you can shoot all day, but putting it all together, you know, I can teach people how to edit. And but improv, definitely, I would teach people how to just be themselves. Because a lot of people think acting is acting, and acting is not acting. Acting is actually just being yourself.
Wow. And that's the thing. We got a couple of short comedy skits, me and my team. I'm gonna send you the link, and I want to see if you see any criticism that we can fix, because again, we self-taught ourselves and we're trying to figure it out. So we're trying. We're not as far. We ain't done 30 and stuff like that, but we did like a couple, maybe like 10 so far. Nice. We're trying to get it together. So it's like ours is more like comedy, like 420 hippie type of comedy type situation.
Okay, what's the name of it?
Right now it's Flame On. We got Flame On, and then we got the Vibe Out mini movie. It's like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll send you the link, and then get some advice on that as well. Because like you said, even with improv, right? Sometimes there's some scenes that we may shoot and we may say, yo, all right, boom, we got the idea, direction. But the thing that I find out is like sometimes we're talking over each other, or the timing is not right, or it's not natural. Like you said. Yeah, so things like that is like we definitely need to work on. But yeah, so when you said that just triggered in my mind, like, yeah, because it ain't just up there, okay, acting like it's just gonna be this easy, or they say we're gonna freestyle it, but it's like it's still a structure in improv.
It's still structure, yeah, because I have to tell people that too as well. If we talking and you know, don't talk over each other because we can't hear what you're saying. Right. So you do have to be like, say something and kind of. But what I'm saying, you know, and then come back to it, you know what I'm saying? Right. But yeah, I have to tell them that as well.
Right. Okay. So yeah, at least we ain't the only one. So it's like some people don't notice it. It's like sometimes it's like it's to them, but it's like when you look back on the playback, that's when you see it. Like it may look good when you're doing it. When you get the playback, like I wish we could have. So you know, that's just one of the things.
You can't hear nothing.
Right. So that's the thing. So it's like, yeah, that's beautiful right there. And it's like, and you're making it happen. Again, salute to you on the 15 awards, because it's like, that's things that people dream of. You're making it happen. And it's like, you say you challenge yourself, and then you empower women at the same time. It's like of all ages, you're giving them their swagger back. They having a good time. They feeling good about themselves. And we don't have enough of that in the world nowadays. It's like, where it's like everybody's just stressed out. Everything going in the world. There's enough drama out there. We need more positive. We need more love. And like you said, we're just having a good time. We're putting on events. We're having a good time. And that's a beautiful thing. So it's almost like a sisterhood. You have men as well. Do you have children?
I have one. He's 24.
One is 24. I mean, as far as in the agency.
Oh, yeah. Right. I have kids under 40. Yeah, because people was like, I want to be with you, but I ain't 40 yet. So I started TLA Junior so that people under 40 can be a part of it as well. So I have a young lady named November who she's like my brand ambassador of my under 40. And she's I don't know, it's November. November is like 14 now, but I started training her at 4 years old. Everybody think it's my baby girl. They like, that's your daughter, right? Because and I bring her out with me every time at the end of the show and everything. But she walks like, she bad. She is bad.
I had her on the show a couple of days ago, and she was saying,
"Oh yeah, that's right."
Yeah. So she was talking about the walk. She said, she kills the turns. So it's like, was she a natural with the turns, or Well, that's
No,
her
I
look.
taught her. I taught her. She's been with me since she was 4, like 4 years old. The girl, she came in there like a spitfire. I said, ooh, when she slow it down, she gonna be bad. And just taught her how to just do everything and slow it down, and the spins, the turns, the twists. Yeah. So she's bad with it now.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there. So to see that 10 years later, the work you putting in paying off, now she's the brand ambassador. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. I love to see her. Like I said, I bring her out every time I do something. She's coming out with me because we walk just almost the same. We do all the twist turns. She gets all that.
Wow.
So it's just amazing how I love to see her walk. And it was a photographer there Sunday. He was like, that little girl that looked like you. Ah, she got it. I was like, yeah. He was like, man, she got it. Like, yeah, she does.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing right there. And that's a legacy right there because she's a representation of the next generation.
Right.
So it's like the
And
foundation.
she teaches too.
Wow.
She started teaching, so that's cool. So that's why I said again, you come in modeling, and then she teaches other little girl how to walk. So it's pretty cool. And she got her own business. She do the industry with the music and all that. So she's doing her thing.
Wow. So it's like I see women empowering women, and that's always a good thing, and they look like my mother, look like my daughters and stuff like that. So it's like that's always a special salute, because I know it's hard already out here in the world. Then it's like, you being in the industry, and it's like, we're women, but you're gonna take us serious, you're gonna respect us, and then you got numbers, and then like you said, you empowering other women, and that makes them say, I can do this. I thought it was over for me. I got another chance.
Right.
Like, that's a beautiful thing. Because like sometimes people, they dream pass by, and it's like life is just living. They just living life, but they don't have no pep in their step.
Right.
It's like to bring that joy back, to bring that passion, to bring that excitement back into their life. That's a beautiful thing. You said even up to 70 years old.
72.
Wow.
And it's a beautiful thing. One year when I heard her walking, and her grandkids were there, and they were just like, Grandma. They were screaming Grandma, and I thought that was like the cutest thing ever. You know what I'm saying? Right. And they gave her flowers after the show, and it was just amazing. That was a really good show.
Yeah, that's beautiful right there, and that's the thing that these type of things is what need to be televised on TV. You know what I'm saying? It's like this cool is the stuff.
This lady from CNN, she's a journalist from CNN. She saw me promote on Google. And she just reached out Sunday morning, was like, hey, I saw your show on Google. I was wondering if I could come through and do some video. But I was like, yeah. At the time, I didn't know who she was. She just said she saw me on Google. She came, she shot, and then she hit me up. She's like, oh my God, that was such an amazing show. I want to interview you. Can we set up a day to interview you and talk to you? So we did an interview on Monday. Was it Monday? We did an interview on Tuesday. Right. And brought some of the designers in there. She interviewed them, and she sent me like the rough draft of it today. I was just like blown away. It's amazing. It looks so good. But yeah, you just never know. I tell people, just never know who's watching, and advertise yourself. Like I said, she found us in Google. I put it in Google. She found it. So it's like, it works. You know what I mean? But that's me doing all the footwork, trying to get things out there so that people can see us. And now she gonna put that on her show. She got it. Yeah.
And that's not small. CNN is definitely.
I know, right?
There's definitely a big look right there. But it's like, again, it's like the stories that'll be told. Them grandkids that say, you remember Grandma did that? That's every Christmas. That's, that's going to be passed down. So it's like that right there is really like life-changing right there. And it's like, the fact that you putting all this, facilitating all this stuff together, and you had the idea. It's like you made it happen. Now it's grown from a seed to a tree. And now you see the different branches. And it's like how the families that are being affected, the relationships, the bonds that over the years and stuff like that. It's like it's even bigger than what they even thought of when they first got into it. Like like you said, they come in a model, they leave a designer. They not leave, but they evolve into a designer. They come in, walk in, now they teaching somebody. So it's like you constantly growing, you pulling the best out of them, and it's like that's what Black love and Black excellence is really all about.
And,
So I definitely want to
and
salute you.
thank you. I appreciate that. And it motivates me to see them advance. You
Right.
know, a lot of people be like, oh, people leave, whatever. I was like, it's cool. Because they're going to always remember where they were. You know what I mean? It's not, it was their journey to get something out of it and move on. But at the end of the day, they know where they got it from. And I like to see people advance, and I don't get upset about them leaving. I love seeing them advance and do better.
Right.
You know, that's the whole point. So.
Wow. That's the thing right there. It's just like, even hearing you talk, you have a good heart. You definitely put other people before yourself and all that. And it's like, you're not only doing it for numbers. It's like, yo, it's not about the numbers. You actually care. You actually want to see people evolve, and you can tell that it's genuine. You can tell that it's authentic. And that's a blessing right there. And I know that God will keep sending people your way, and he's going to keep opening doors for you because you're doing it for the right reasons.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's definitely a blessing right there. And I definitely tip my hat to you right there, because like in the generation we live in now, you don't see a lot of unity. We don't see a lot of us lifting each other up. And we should. It's like we celebrate on bad times when somebody died or they such a bad situation. Now we want to get them flowers, or we want to give them their respect. But it's like the people that's putting in the work every day. It's like we won't even say, I see what you're doing, or acknowledge like, you're doing a good job, or it's like, we know it ain't easy. Can I help? Is there anything I can do? Stuff like that. So it's like when I see my people that's actually out here in the trenches and putting in work, and they're doing it for real, like and uplifting other people, that's always a blessing to my heart, because it's like, it's still good people in the world. It ain't too far gone. It ain't too bad where everybody just caught up in self, or I got to get mine. And it's like, that's, I understand everybody's trying to provide for their family, but at the same time, we rise lifting each other up. So it's like, again, I salute you. I'm really excited about TLA and everything that y'all doing. I'm excited about the play in August. Is it any shout outs, anything you want to give to the people that may be watching now, or they may watch it on the playback, because it's going to be on YouTube and Facebook?
Okay, just my team TLA, hashtag TLA LLC, and on Instagram or Facebook. You'll see all my beautiful models there. And just thank everybody, because now you know about TLA. So.
Right.
that's what it's all about.
And I'm definitely gonna be supporting. And the thing about it, this is how life comes back around. I think y'all did the play. You said y'all did a play. When was the last time y'all did a play?
February last year.
February last year. I think we did, when we shot the film. It was I met somebody from TLA.
Okay.
And y'all was doing a domestic thing, right? It was like a domestic, right? Around that time, this is how a guy works, right? Around this time, we on the set. We're doing like an interview, because like you might never see this person again. They model ... So it's like, let's just get an interview right quick. So we start. I'm joking. The proof is in the pudding. I'm just being goofy with my friends. Bop. That's how the name of the podcast becomes The Proof.
Oh, wow.
So now once we get the platform up and this, that, and the third, we were trying to get y'all up here for the domestic play. Somehow the connection, so it was wound up, I missed the date. So it was like after y'all did the play, but it's like how God brought it right back around, and you still back up there today. So it's like, but it was Diamond Nights was the person that.
Oh, okay.
Diamond Nights. Yeah, Diamond Nights. So it was like she was trying to put it together, like, we in a play, it's domestic violence, it'd be dope. And I wound up missing the date. So it's like, and then so when you said TLA, I'm in North Carolina, she's in North Carolina, so she's always working TLA. So so it was like, okay, so now it all makes sense. So it was like when
we'll be there in October.
Y'all be here in October?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We're doing a show there in October.
Okay.
You have to come to the show.
I'm gonna have to come to the show. And that's the thing right there. It's like how it all comes back. And it's like, salute to y'all. So I even been hearing about it before. So it's like now to actually hear the actual story, and like, this is where it came from. This is the person behind it. Behind the stories. I even have that much more respect for you. For what you do for women. Really.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Definitely. So again, all right, we thank everybody for watching. Down in the road, we hope to have you back up here again. We appreciate everybody. This is Friday night. We hope everybody have a blessed week. we thank y'all for tuning in to the Proof Podcast right here. This is Sion 919. We got the legendary Tina B in the building. She's doing beautiful things for the community. Yo, continue to support her, TLA. We thank everybody that's connected to her. Y'all keep evolving, keep growing, and keep going. And from me and the Proof, we salute y'all. We thank y'all. And we're going to sign off like that. We love everybody. Everybody have a good night.
Good night. Thank you, Bill.